Welcome back to News First. Guam recorded its best July in visitor arrivals, but as PNC's Josh Taikenko reports, it's in the Guam Visitors Bureau's most recent visitor profile report that indicates the changes within our source markets.
The numbers are out from the Guam Visitors Bureau. The island welcomed 136,878 visitors for the month of July, an increase of 4% more visitors than the previous year. According to GVB Director of Tourism Research Nico Fujikawa, it was the best July in Guam's tourism history.
A lot of historic events going on for this past month. The last time we were around this level was back in 2017, so the industry's back on track.
Fujikawa attributed summer events like the Guam Barbecue Block Party and the 75th Liberation festivities that helped contribute to the record visitor numbers. He also notes Japan showed strong growth with a boost of 19.8%, while the Korea market continued to stabilize.
What goes up must come down. However, the Bureau is making sure that it is sustaining itself at a level that's acceptable, a level that we can manage. So we can't expect this exceptional growth year over year. This is the point now that we have to understand what the market truly is as it settles.
GVB also released its third quarter visitor profile report, which shows some interesting shifts in visitor behavior. Fujikawa says on-island expenditures from April through June of this year showed a weighted average increase of 50.2% from just over $393 to about $591 per person in the third quarter.
There's been a big shift amongst all the markets from repeat visitors who have been here once before to first-timers. And usually with first-timers, when they're in a new destination, they're excited. So they want to spend. They want to spend more in restaurants. They want to spend more in their shopping because they're here for the first time. So that shift actually translates into higher on-island expenditures, and that's the trend that we're seeing.
He adds that visitors may be spending more, but because of this shift to first-timers, they're staying less on-island across all source markets.
It's a give and take, right? These are trends. It doesn't necessarily state the health of the industry overall, but it's just for businesses to monitor.
Fujikawa also cautions while tourism is breaking records, the industry can change in an instant.
The industry has been doing very well over the past decade, and we have to be a little more strategic only because of the different things that we're facing in the region with Japan and Korea and the tensions politically and globally. That's something that we need to really keep an eye on, and we are tracking and monitoring very closely.
With fiscal year 2019 projected to end with over 1.6 million visitors, GVB continues to push forward strategically in showing how tourism works for Guam. Josh Taikenko, PNC News.
Thanks, Josh, for that report. Business for good is good for business. That's the message that Bank of Guam shared as they are in the midst of a corporate responsibility movement. Let's take a look.
The Chamber Business Women's Network held a Women Who Lead and Succeed lecture series at the Hilton Guam Resort and Spa Gallery Room on Thursday. Bank of Guam's Senior Vice President and Chief Communications Officer, Jackie Murati, led the discussion on the organization's journey of corporate social responsibility. According to Murati, one of their initiatives is to be drivers of sustainability.
We've been working really closely with eco-friendly and sustainable companies, young companies, small companies, not only to highlight their efforts, but also to assure that they survive.
Spearheading the movement, Murati believes that every company has the potential in making an impact within the community.
Every single company and group here has a very special purpose, and all of them are driven by that special something they have and how they were started and what their mission is. And discovering that's a journey we've been going through, and I think discovering that is a great part of the whole CSR movement.
For instance, Bank of Guam's Life Teen Expo, which educates teens about financial literacy, is an example of the company promoting its values regarding CSR. The event is a one-stop area where teens can learn about life and survival skills for their journey into adulthood.
I call them survival skills because if you don't get it right, and making a mistake, sometimes those mistakes are really hard to reverse. And so we want to teach them before they go out there.
Registration for the event opens soon, and teens all over the island are encouraged to attend. Visit www.lifeteenexpoguam.com for more information. For PNC News, I'm Ayana Shed.
Thanks, Ayana, for that report. The Veterans Commission kept things cordial at the meeting held this morning at Adaloop as they came face-to-face with VA Director Fred Bordallo, despite concerns in his abilities as head of the department. It's no secret that members of the Veterans Commission have concerns regarding Veterans Affairs Director Fred Bordallo, as member Barry Mead has stated, quote, "Our current director is a veteran who doesn't have any idea of how to deal with the VA," end quote. The concerns raised by veterans was only amplified by fiscal year 2020 budget talks for the VA office, which is substantially lower than the $1 million veterans requested the director to fight for. The disappointment was perpetuated on K57's Vet Talk on August 14th, during which time Brian Miranda, the chairman of the VA Commission, called in.
Some people weren't really happy with the administrator of the VA office, and that possibly the commission could be asking for his resignation. I was just curious is that something that you guys have on the table that you're going to be looking at discussing and voting on?
23 August.
23 August.
In a small conference room at Adaloop, Vet Commission meeting.
Not this Friday, next Friday.
Following the airing of PNC's story yesterday, the Veterans Commission meeting Miranda referred to was held. And during that meeting, Miranda spent a brief moment addressing the call for Bordallo's resignation.
The other thing, there's been a lot of discussion and words put in my mouth and the commission's mouth. And unless I say it or it comes from me, at no time did I ask for his resignation. I don't like words put in my mouth, and most of the time if it comes from this vet commission, it comes from these members to me and from me to everybody else. If people do not like that, let me know and somebody else can run this. But until then, I am tired of stuff being thrown out there that I did not say. And I will not stand for it.
Switching gears a little bit, earlier this year, DoCoMo Pacific opened the first ever 5G lab to exist outside of Japan. Today, they had their first trial case using the 5G network, and PNC's Ayana Shed was there to experience it in action. Let's check it out.
DoCoMo Pacific is taking Guam to the future of a 5G world. Roderick Boss, president and CEO of DoCoMo Pacific, expresses his excitement about their new 5G test lab and verification center located in their Tamuning headquarters.
Two of the things that I think I'm most excited about with 5G in Guam is the use of its use for telemedicine and then also for distance learning, which we're kind of demonstrating here with this interchange with Japan.
As the first 5G trial case, 16 students from Jose Rios Middle School were selected to join students from 4 junior high schools in Fukuoka, Japan, in an enhanced virtual classroom setting. Facilitated through NEC's Smooth Space 2 video conferencing solution, powered by DoCoMo Pacific's 5G network, these students engaged in topics on tourism and environmental issues in a near-there experience.
So everyone asks me that question, why do we need 5G? And my answer usually is everything that we do now, only better and faster. The reality is use cases keep coming up every day, and as people find new uses for it, they continue to come forward, and that's what our open partner program here in Guam is all about.
According to a release, the lab allows global and local partners to co-create and test solutions in a 5G environment through its 5G Open Partner Program. Hozumi Tamura, Executive Vice President of NTT DoCoMo, says that this fifth-generation mobile network is an improvement from its predecessor.
The three major superiority of 5G compared to 4G systems is faster speed, larger capacity, and low latency.
According to Tamura, one of the major developments that they are hoping to improve with 5G is remote medicine.
One of the things that we're working together to develop with outside partners is remote medicine. And we are also working for the development of remote operations, for example, of construction machines. And 5G connection is strongly needed when we try to transmit high-resolution images for the applications like remote medicine.
While 5G is not yet available for consumers, the Open Partner Program is open to everybody and at no cost. They have over 100 members participating in the program, including the University of Guam, Guam Power Authority, FHB, and Bank of Guam. Ayana Shed, PNC News.
Now it's time to hit the streets with this week's Road Report.
Hafide Guam, I'm Ayana Shed, your host for PNC's weekly Road Report. This week, we turn to the most crucial part of our daily commute, swerving and curving around those pesky potholes. Over decades, Guam has been plagued with pothole-ridden roads, most especially in our neighborhood villages. We turn to island residents to see what village they believe has the worst potholes on the island.
I think Santa Rita, Cross Island Road. I'm there every day. I had to pick up my kids, so it's really hard on the cars.
Kaiser. I would say Chalampago. Yeah.
Is it hard for you to drive along this road?
Pretty much. I mean, not a lot of people know that Chalampago is pretty much the heart of Guam. You know, you go from Agana, go cut through, you can end up in Barragata. Yeah, I would say they got pretty bad potholes there.
Oh, in Arahan. Derrida has the worst potholes with Machachi Road. That's pretty bad.
And is it hard for you to drive along this road?
Yes, really, it is. With my tires, it's not very good.
Burdened with the costs of tire repairs and related issues, residents may be concerned about the effect of these damaged roads. In an effort to improve village streets throughout the island of Guam, Department of Public Works put together a Village Streets Master Plan. DPW Director Vincent Areola says that funding will be allocated for road improvements in proportion to the need in each village.
Every village basically gets about 2 roads paved within every village, and we work with the mayors to choose which roads, which are priority, and there's a rating system that we do, and it's based on, number one, of course, ownership, rights of way, easements, condition of the road, and urgency of getting it repaired.
According to Areola, they recently completed a road project in Ipan and will begin construction in other villages within the next couple of months. These road projects are funded through the liquid fuel tax revenue, federal government grants, government-sponsored loans, and bonds. To find out what rank your village street falls under, check out DPW's Village Streets Master Plan found on their website, www.guamtransportationprogram.com. And that wraps it up for your weekly Road Report. I'm Ayana Shed. Thanks for watching.
Well, time now to check in on your weekend weather forecast, and just a little later, Leo Payumo has your dose of sports.
Hafide and welcome to your local weather forecast. I'm Ayana Shed. Thanks for tuning in. The Marianas had a gorgeous week in terms of the weather, and luckily for us, this weekend we can look forward to more sunny blue skies. Earlier this evening, we saw a couple spotty showers amidst the sunshine, and we are likely to see that weather pattern for tonight through Sunday. Clouds have made its way into the Marianas, leaving skies mostly covered. Tonight's low is at our usual 78 degrees with subtle northeast winds, and looking ahead to tomorrow, we'll be getting more of those isolated showers and thunderstorms. Expect some breezy east winds, great for all the heat, with temperatures of 88 degrees to about 100 degrees in the afternoon. Be sure to pack on lots of sunscreen and stay hydrated this weekend. Cooler weather is expected on Sunday with lighter winds, this time from the southeast, with a high at 88 degrees and a low at 78. It's going to be a lovely weekend, so be sure to get some vitamin D and enjoy the sun. Have a safe and great weekend, and I'll see you all again next week for more updates. Adios!